You are watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Wednesday, the 29th of April. Foreign ministers of Ecuador and India hold talks in New Delhi. Border villages emptied as Pakistan-Afghanistan shelling intensifies. And health workers in PoJK protest over pay and job security. And now for all the details. Ecuador Foreign Minister Gabriela Sommerfeld met India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar on Wednesday during her visit to New Delhi. Jaishankar, in a post on social media platform X, said, "We discussed ways to deepen cooperation, including in trade, health, agriculture, digital and capacity building. We will cooperate closely in multilateral forums." Indian Oil Corporation bought its first Ecuadorian Orient crude cargo for March end delivery via a tender, two trade sources said in January, as the country's top refiner expands its oil sourcing to partly replace some Russian oil. US and European Union sanctions on Russian producers and vessels are disrupting Russian oil imports, prompting Indian refiners to scout for alternative supplies. And residents living along the volatile Pakistan-Afghanistan border are fleeing their homes after days of cross-border shelling left casualties and widespread destruction. Across the border in Afghanistan's Kunar province, Taliban authorities accused Pakistan of launching mortar and rocket attacks. Officials said at least 7 people were killed and more than 80 injured, including women and children, in strikes that reportedly hit residential areas and a university. Footage from the affected areas showed debris scattered across homes and classrooms, with injured civilians receiving treatment in overcrowded hospital wards. Pakistan has denied the allegations, calling them continuous propaganda. In Pakistan's border town of Chaman, villagers surveyed damaged homes on Tuesday following heavy exchanges of fire between Pakistani security forces and Afghan Taliban fighters. A senior Pakistani security official confirmed that 4 Pakistani soldiers were killed in the clashes, which began on Sunday. Tensions between the two countries have remained high for years, with the Chaman crossing, one of the main trade and transit routes, frequently witnessing security incidents.
زمنګ د نړیوال ټولنې د دولت نه د ټول نه دغه غوښتنه ده چې دا ژوند زمونږ ټول دغسې تباهي سره مخ دی. موږ به تر څو پورې دغسې ځورېږو تباه کېږو به نو د دې رزیل او برزیل مردار نجس حکومت نه زمونږ نور ډېر په تنګ یو او د دې دولت نه خواهش کوو چې هر رقم د دې سره دا معاملې حل کړي.
Moving on, Afghan women footballers living in exile have been given a pathway back to international competition after FIFA approved a landmark rule change allowing them to play official matches. We have a report.
The International Federation of Association Football, FIFA, has approved a rule change allowing Afghan women footballers to play official international matches in FIFA competitions, giving players exiled since the Taliban's return to power a route back into international football. Former Afghanistan captain Khalida Popal, now a refugee in Denmark, described the development as long overdue.
It's a historic moment right now that I've witnessed. It's extremely empowering and it's something that we have been waiting and fighting for such a long time to get the recognition and getting FIFA on board with us to recognize our team and allow our team to play and represent the women of Afghanistan as a national team.
The new policy builds on FIFA's strategy for action for Afghan women's football and supports the creation of Afghan Women United, a team made up of players living outside Afghanistan. Popal, a founding member of the national team in 2007, said the squad would stand for more than just football.
The team will be a symbol of resilience. I know that it's going to be tough because the Afghan women inside Afghanistan will struggle to be part of that. But if we still can be the voice for them, to send out the hope messages and also show the the support to the women of Afghanistan that you are not forgotten. We will continue to use our platform.
FIFA has already begun selecting players for the next Afghan Women United squad, hosting regional camps in England and Australia and supporting nearly 90 athletes worldwide. The team is expected to play its first matches during the June international window.
Health workers in PoJK held a protest recently over pay, job security and delayed salaries. They warned that continued neglect and administrative delays could affect healthcare services. Take a look.
Health Department employees from the Abbas Institute of Medical Sciences in Muzaffarabad, Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, staged a protest demanding action on their long-pending charter of demands. The protesters, especially women health workers, sought job security, timely salaries, pay hikes and allowances, citing financial hardship, staff shortages, and rising workload, warning that continued neglect could disrupt healthcare services.
ये हमसे सर्विसेज तो ले रहे हैं 24/7 हम काम तो कर रहे हैं ये नहीं देखते ये कैसे जाते हैं ड्यूटीज पे ये बच्चे छोड़ के घर छोड़ के दूर दराज 24/7 हम लोग सर्विसेज फराहम करते हैं हम माओ की जाने बच्चों की जाने बचाते हैं इनकी भी ये बेहिस लोग हैं ये नहीं देखते कि ये खुद कितनी प्रॉब्लम से हम लोग जाके ये काम दूर दराज इलाकों में करते हैं तो हमारा हुकूमत वक्त से यही मुतालबा है जिस तरह पाकिस्तान के चारों सूबों में और जिस तरह जो कोर्ट से डिसीजन आया हुआ है कि हम लोगों को नॉर्मल मिजानी पे शिफ्ट किया जाए जब तक हम लोगों को नॉर्मल मिजानी पे शिफ्ट नहीं
The protest has highlighted governance concerns in PoJK, with employees citing delayed decisions and poor administrative response. The protesters pointed to inefficiency and lack of accountability, saying delays have eroded trust and forced them to protest, reflecting broader dissatisfaction over economic neglect and administrative failures in the occupied region.
Moving on. Buddhist monks in Sri Lanka have completed a week-long walk for peace, drawing thousands of supporters in Colombo city. The walk concluded on Tuesday at the Independence Square in Colombo, where President Anura Kumara Dissanayake received the groups of monks. The march was led by Panakara Thero, a US-based Vietnamese monk, and included both local and international Buddhist clergy. Accompanying them on the journey was an unlikely participant, a rescued stray dog named Aloka, which became a symbol of compassion along the route. The president marked the occasion by gifting a sapling from the sacred Bo tree to Thero. The 225-kilometer journey began in Dambulla, home to a historic cave temple, and stretched south to Colombo. Thousands of devotees lined the route, receiving blessings from the monks.
If each individual begins to establish peace within, then families become peaceful, communities become peaceful, nations become peaceful, the world becomes peaceful. Peace is not built from the outside in. It is built from the inside out.
And elephants in Indian sanctuaries and temples are being given cooling baths and fed watermelons as heatwave has sent temperatures soaring across several states. In Tamil Nadu, elephants splashed in ponds and were doused with water by their keepers. Temperatures in several Indian states exceeded above 40 degrees Celsius on Tuesday, with nearly 5 degrees Celsius above normal in many areas. India declares a heat wave when the maximum temperature exceeds the usual by 4.5 to 6.4 degrees Celsius. In Rajasthan's Jaipur, staff at an elephant sanctuary sprayed the animals with water and fed them watermelons to help them cope with the heat. Meanwhile, scorching heat is keeping tourists away from India's marble wonder, Taj Mahal. The soaring temperatures became an endurance test for the futurists that visited the Taj Mahal on Tuesday, forcing them to cut their trip short as the mercury hit more than 40 degrees Celsius in Agra city.
ताजमहल देखने आए हैं क्योंकि बच्चों का जिद था कि थोड़ा सा छुट्टियां थी तो सोचा ताजमहल घूम ले बच्चों के साथ, लेकिन बहुत ही ज्यादा गर्मी है तो अब मजबूरी थी ताजमहल घूमना, बच्चों को घुमाना, लेकिन गर्मी के चलते जो एक बेस हम लोग लेकर आए थे कि बेस अच्छे से घूमेंगे तो जो जहाँ 2-3 घंटे घूमना था वहाँ 1 से 1.5 घंटे में कंप्लीट करके हम लोग चले आए जल्दी।
पहले हमें घूमना था उसमें 2-2.5 घंटे घूमना था, लेकिन गर्मी को देखते हुए हम आधा घंटे में बाहर आ गए। उधर बहुत ज्यादा हालत खराब है, गर्मी बहुत ज्यादा है।
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.